What if death was not the end for Jamie Fraser? What if the greatest twist of Outlander's final season was not about war, not about time travel, but about love so powerful it could pull a soul back from the edge? Season 8 of Outlander is about to test everything we thought we knew about Claire's gifts, and it will forever change the meaning of their story. Outlander has always been a story about impossible choices, sacrifice, and the way love stretches across time itself. But in Season 8, we are stepping into something much darker, something much more supernatural. For years, Claire's powers were hidden beneath the surface, overshadowed by her skill as a healer, her knowledge of modern medicine, and her strength of character. But fans who have followed the books know that there has always been something more inside her, something hinted at in flashes, a gift of healing that defies logic. And now, in this final season, those powers will finally rise to the surface in the most dramatic way imaginable, when Jamie Fraser falls in battle and Claire is forced to bring him back from death. To understand why this twist matters so much, we have to return to the roots of Claire's story. From the very beginning, Claire has been tied to time in ways no one else quite understands. It isn't only about stepping through the stones at Cray Na Dun, it's about her very bloodline, her very essence. The prequel Blood of My Blood revealed that Claire's parents had time-traveling abilities of their own, suggesting that she inherited a rare and ancient gift. And if time travel is written into her blood, then perhaps healing, true, magical healing, is as well. Master Raymond hinted at this back in Season 2 when he saved Claire from her deadly infection. He didn't just use herbs or medicine, he called upon something greater, something mystical. He told Claire that she shared his gift, that she carried the color of healing within her aura. But if Claire has always had this hidden ability, why haven't we seen it in full? The truth is, Outlander has been slowly building to it. Season 4 gave us another reminder when the Native American shaman, Nea Wen, told Claire that her healing power would only reach its peak when her hair turned white. Age, wisdom, and suffering, those are the ingredients that would unlock her destiny. By the time we reach Season 8, Claire's hair is streaked with white, her face lined with all the battles and heartbreaks she has endured. In other words, she has become exactly the kind of healer who can cross the line between life and death. And that is where Jamie's fate comes in. As Season 7 closed, Jamie resigned from the Continental Army, but we know that retirement is only temporary. The Revolutionary War is far from over, and the people of Fraser's Ridge will soon be dragged back into the fight. The stakes are higher than ever, not just for the future of America, but for the future of the Frasers themselves. In Diana Gabaldon's book Go Tell the Bees That I Am Gone, Jamie meets death on the battlefield. It is not a quiet passing. It is violent, brutal, and final. His heart stops. His body grows cold. And for the first time since we've known him, Jamie Fraser is gone. This is where Outlander Season 8 will take the boldest leap of the entire series. Claire finds him. She sees the man who has been her anchor across centuries lying lifeless before her. And in that moment, something awakens inside her. The grief, the desperation, the love she carries for Jamie becomes fuel. She remembers Master Raymond's words, Nea Wen's prophecy, and she calls upon that mysterious power that has been with her all along. Claire does what no ordinary healer could ever dream of, she brings Jamie Fraser back to life. Now imagine the weight of that scene. Jamie doesn't simply open his eyes as if nothing happened. For a few terrifying moments, he is truly gone. His soul lingers between worlds. Some fans believe this will even explain Jamie's ghost from the very first episode, the vision of young Jamie watching Claire in the 1940s. Perhaps, while dead, Jamie's spirit traveled to her across time, standing outside that window just to look at her one last time. And when Claire revives him in the 18th century, that ghost disappears, leaving behind one of the most romantic, chilling answers Outlander could possibly give us. But this power comes with consequences. If Claire can heal death itself, what does that mean for her soul? For Jamie's? And for the fragile balance of time? The show has always warned us that nothing comes without a price. Time travel itself demands sacrifice. Healing like this will demand even more. Claire may save Jamie's life, but will she risk losing a part of herself in the process? Season 8 is not only about survival, it's about testing the limits of love, destiny, and the supernatural threads woven into the very heart of this story. The moment Claire saves Jamie, everything changes. It is not just a personal victory, it is a cosmic event. Outlander has always blurred the lines between science and magic, love and destiny, but this is the first time we see those lines collapse completely. Claire's powers were always hinted at, but never fully embraced. Now, in Season 8, they take center stage. And with that comes danger. Because whenever power like this is revealed, someone always wants to control it. We must remember the world Claire and Jamie live in. The Revolutionary War is not only a time of soldiers and battles, it is also an age of superstition, fear, and mistrust. Word of Claire's abilities has already spread in whispers. Some call her a witch. Some believe she is touched by God. Others see her as a threat. And once she pulls Jamie back from death itself, those whispers will turn into roars. How could a woman bring back a man who was cold, lifeless, and gone? For the loyal at Fraser's Ridge, this miracle will inspire awe and devotion. But for their enemies, it will be proof that Claire is dangerous, unnatural, and must be stopped. This is where the real suspense builds. Claire and Jamie are no strangers to persecution. They've faced accusations of witchcraft before, but this time it's different. In a time of war, fear spreads faster than fire. What happens when soldiers, generals, or even political leaders begin to see Claire not as a healer, but as a weapon? Imagine the rumors spreading across the colonies. The Frasers cannot be killed. The English tried. The Americans tried. But Jamie Fraser rose from the dead. That kind of legend would terrify enemies and inspire armies. It would also paint a target on their backs larger than ever before. And yet, beneath all this danger, lies something far more intimate, the bond between Claire and Jamie. For years, their love has survived distance, betrayal, war, and even time itself. But this is different. Claire has literally crossed the boundary of life and death for him. What does that mean for their relationship? For Jamie, waking up from death is not a simple matter of gratitude. He has seen what lies beyond. He has felt the pull of that other world. When he returns, he is changed. Perhaps stronger. Perhaps haunted. Perhaps both. And Claire must carry the burden of knowing that she has altered fate itself just to keep him by her side. This brings us to one of the most compelling questions of Season 8. Will saving Jamie's life unravel the future? Outlander has always shown us that every action has ripples. Time travel itself is proof of that. By saving Jamie, Claire may have prevented the natural course of events. The Revolutionary War has a fixed place in history, but individual lives, Jamie's life, could shift the outcome in ways no one can predict. Could his survival alter battles? Could his leadership sway men who might have chosen another path? Could his mere existence defy the records we know from Frank's research? Fans remember the haunting moment when Frank discovered accounts of Jamie's death in battle. The records were clear, Jamie Fraser died a hero. But what if those records were only half true? What if, for a few minutes, Jamie really was dead? Soldiers declared him gone. His name was written into the pages of history. And then Claire pulled him back. That would explain everything. Frank's book wasn't wrong. It was incomplete. Outlander Season 8 has the chance to connect that very first season, that very first mystery, with the final resolution of Jamie's fate. But here is where the story takes on a chilling layer of suspense. Because if Claire can bring Jamie back, can she do it again? Can she save others? Can she cheat death over and over? Or is this miracle a one-time gift, fueled only by her love for Jamie and the ancient bond they share? The answer to this question could define the entire season. If she is seen as someone who can conquer death, the world around her will never let her live in peace. She will be hunted, tested, and pushed to the breaking point. And we cannot forget Master Raymond. His shadow hangs over this story like a ghost of its own. He once told Claire that they shared a gift, that she was his descendant, tied to the mysterious blue aura of healing. If Claire has now awakened this gift, what does that mean about Raymond's true role in the larger story? Could he appear again, perhaps guiding her from beyond time? Or has he already shaped her path by ensuring she would one day unlock this power? What Season 8 is truly setting up is not just a war of muskets and armies, but a war over destiny itself. Claire has always lived between worlds, between centuries, between medicine and magic, between life and death. Now she has crossed the final line. She has pulled Jamie back, but in doing so, she may have set into motion forces greater than even she can control. The true cost of Jamie's return does not reveal itself immediately. At first, there is joy, raw, overwhelming joy. Claire holds him, breathes him in, feels his heart beating again against her chest. The impossible has happened. The man she thought she had lost forever is alive. For Jamie, waking from death is like returning from a dream he cannot fully describe. He remembers flashes of light, whispers of voices, perhaps even the sensation of watching Claire from a distance, as if his spirit had lingered at her side. But the warmth of her hands brought him back. It is a moment so powerful, so deeply intimate, that even war itself fades into the background. For a fleeting time, it is only the two of them, bound together across realms no one else could ever understand. But Outlander has always taught us that joy never comes without shadows. And those shadows quickly begin to creep in. Jamie's revival, miraculous as it is, cannot be hidden. The men who fought beside him, who saw him fall, now look at him differently. Some whisper that he is blessed. Others mutter that he is cursed. In a time when belief shapes destiny, the Frasers become symbols of something larger than themselves. The Revolutionary War is a battlefield not just of muskets and bayonets but of faith, a myth, and fear. And in the eyes of many, Jamie Fraser has become more than a man, he has become a legend. Legends inspire. But they also endanger. If word spreads that Jamie cannot die, then enemies will try harder to kill him. If soldiers believe Claire can cheat death, then commanders will want to claim her for their cause. And if the people begin to see them as something other than human, then the family they have fought so hard to protect could be torn apart by suspicion, jealousy, and violence. Outlander has always shown us how fragile safety is for Claire and Jamie. But now, after this miracle, safety may be gone forever. And then there is the question no one dares to ask aloud: what did Jamie bring back with him from the other side? Death is not an empty space. It is not simply silence. For Jamie, those moments beyond life linger like a haunting memory. Perhaps he saw his parents, standing in the light. Perhaps he saw the child he and Claire lost, Faith, waiting with open arms. Or perhaps he saw nothing but darkness, a pull so strong that even Claire's love barely broke its grip. Whatever it was, it stays with him, hidden in his eyes, in the way he sometimes stares into the distance as if listening for something only he can hear. Jamie may have returned, but he is no longer untouched. Death leaves its mark. And the man Claire saved may not be exactly the same man she lost. For Claire, too, the miracle carries weight. Healing infections, setting bones, saving lives, those things are within her grasp as a doctor. But pulling Jamie back from death itself is different. It shakes her. She begins to wonder, was it truly her doing, or was it something greater working through her? Was it her love, her will, her bond with Jamie, or was it fate, destiny, the mysterious power Master Raymond hinted at long ago? And if she has unlocked such a power, what responsibility does she bear now? How can she, a woman who has already carried so many burdens, carry this one too? Season 8 is not just about whether Jamie survives the war. It is about whether Claire can survive the price of saving him. Each day after his revival, she feels a pull, a strange echo of that moment when she called him back. It is as if something inside her has awakened, something that cannot be put back to sleep. Her hands tingle when she touches others. Her dreams are filled with flashes of blue light, wings spreading, whispers of voices that seem to come from centuries away. At first, she brushes it off. But slowly, she realizes, her powers are growing. And the more they grow, the less she feels like the woman she once was. And woven through all of this is the ghost, the mystery that has haunted Outlander from the beginning. Why did Claire see Jamie's ghost in the 1940s, long before she ever traveled through the stones? For years, fans have wondered. For years, the show has teased us with glimpses but never given us the answer. But now, with Jamie's death and resurrection, the puzzle begins to fit together. If Jamie's soul truly left his body, even for a short time, then it is possible that he reached across time itself, drawn to the moment when Claire's journey first began. He stood outside her window, not as the man he would one day become, but as the young warrior she would first fall in love with. And when Claire pulled him back in the 18th century, the ghost vanished, its purpose fulfilled. It is a theory that is as heartbreaking as it is beautiful. And season May 8th finally confirm it. Yet even this revelation carries danger. Because if Jamie's ghost exists, if souls can travel across time as bodies do, then the world of Outlander is far stranger, far more dangerous, than anyone realized. Time is not a straight line. Life and death are not boundaries but doorways. And Claire and Jamie, together, stand at the center of it all. As Outlander Season 8 reaches its peak, the story transforms from a tale of survival into a meditation on destiny itself. Claire has done the unthinkable. She has called Jamie back from the other side, defying the laws of nature, time, and history. But as every fan of this story knows, there is no gift without a cost. Death cannot be cheated without consequence. And now, both Claire and Jamie must live with the weight of what has been done. The Revolutionary War rages on, and the Frasers cannot escape its reach. Jamie, returned from death, becomes both a beacon and a burden. To his men, he is proof that destiny favors their cause. To his enemies, he is a monster who must be destroyed at any cost. Every battle, every march, every whisper of rumor places him and Claire in greater danger. And yet, through it all, they remain unbroken. The bond between them, forged in centuries and tested by fire, grows only stronger. Claire has not only saved Jamie's life, she has reminded the world that love itself is the most powerful weapon. But this power has awakened questions that neither of them can ignore. If Claire can heal death, what does that mean for the fabric of time? What if every moment they live now is borrowed, every step reshaping history in ways that cannot be undone? Outlander has always carried the warning that time demands balance. Change one thread, and the whole tapestry shifts. Jamie's survival may inspire victories that were never meant to be. Or his very existence may create dangers even greater than his death. Season 8 will not shy away from this tension. It will show us that even miracles carry shadows. And yet, the heart of Outlander has never been about battles or powers or even time travel. It has always been about Claire and Jamie, their love, their sacrifices, their determination to hold on to each other against impossible odds. In this final season, that truth shines brighter than ever. Claire's gift is not just magic. It is not just some ancient power passed down through her bloodline. It is love. Love that heals. Love that binds. Love that crosses death itself. That is what brings Jamie back. That is what keeps him at her side. And that is what gives their story the timeless, legendary quality fans have cherished for years. The ghost mystery, the war, the healing powers, all of it leads us back to one core idea: Jamie and Claire's love is larger than time. When Jamie's ghost stood outside Claire's window in the 1940s, it was not a contradiction. It was a promise. A promise that no matter what happened, no matter how many battles were lost or won, he would always find her. And in Season 8, we finally see that promise fulfilled. Death tried to separate them. History tried to break them. But Claire refused to let go. As the final episodes unfold, the story asks us one last question: if you had the power to rewrite fate, would you use it? Claire did. And for her, the answer will always be yes. Because Jamie Fraser is not just her husband. He is her heart, her anchor, her reason for defying time itself. The last season of Outlander will leave fans breathless, not because of the battles or the politics, but because it dares to show us that love can conquer even the silence of the grave. And when the screen finally fades to black, we will know that their journey, though marked by loss and sacrifice, ends exactly as it began, with two souls who will always find each other, whether through the stones, across centuries, or even in the space between life and death.